Hello and welcome to today's class. Reginald Grant. We have our special guest today, Mike Kostoff. He's from the Detroit area, author of Win All Four. Mike, tell us about yourself, your background in athletics, and your career moves that you're making and opportunities for young people. So just kind of give us your background. Go ahead, Mike.
I appreciate the opportunity, Reggie Grant. Reggie and I know each other for a long time. So my background is basically a college graduate with a degree in psychology. I actually spent a couple of years as a drug counselor, prevention specialist, and was doing a lot of coaching. So I chose to return to college, get my teaching certificate, and started to basically, get in the classroom and start teaching. Prevention was more of my forte, as where I liked the environment is trying to prevent. So I might as well get in the schools and do larger groups instead of one person at a time. So I always had a dream to be a college coach. Had the opportunity to coach at Division III NCAA, a place called Adrian College here in Michigan. Started to do the recruiting thing with, getting high school students onto campus and offering opportunities to play. That was Division III, so there wasn't a lot of scholarship money. It was more just trying to marry kids to a school and athletically. And then I returned to high school after a couple of years at Adrian and went back to teaching in couple different districts in here in Michigan. But still had that passion to be a full-time coach. So luckily I was single. College coaching is hard if you're married and you have kids. So I was single. I got a chance to go down to University of Findlay, down in Findlay, Ohio, a GLIAC school, a Great Lakes school. So we played Grand Valley, Saginaw Valley, some big Division II. So I got a chance to go to Division II NCAA. Great opportunity for me. Had a great staff. One of our offensive line coaches, actually the O-line coach here at the University of Purdue. I think it's Purdue University. I can't remember, but he's at Purdue, so Big Ten. Our defense coordinator is the head coach now at Findlay. So these guys have moved up in the ranks. A lot of struggles, but they moved up. And I chose to, after 4 years at University of Findlay, to come back to Michigan. I got married, I had a baby, I had 2 stepkids, and I just was not really to leave my newborn daughter and my wife. Within a year we were married, we were let go. So what's it happens in college coaching when a new coach comes in? After my head coach retired, he changed his whole staff. So come back to Michigan, started teaching, and that led me to education more basically student education, like education in the NCAA. Back at the time it was called the Clearinghouse. Reggie Grant remember that back at the turn of the 2000. But since 2009, it's been called an NCAA Eligibility Center. And as a former college recruiter, I just encountered so many hundreds and hundreds of student athletes that did not know the rules. The responsibility falls upon their school mostly. Yes, their parents. Yes, their coaches. But the counselors. And Mr. Grant can talk about it for a long, long time. We can go on and on and on about the problems that we have with getting kids properly educated in how to fulfill a college athletic dream. So he mentioned you guys are in the class looking for ways to do that, to become part of athletics. Athletics is a great opportunity for student athletes, for individuals to fulfill dreams, and what I've experienced as a college recruiter is so many hundreds of kids after being on the road for 6 years that did not achieve their dream, and they were lost. And then they never had a second chance, and that dream was given up, not because they weren't good athletes and they weren't good people. It was basically because the school system was not properly helping them early enough in their careers. So that led to a bunch of people asking me to come speak, a bunch of different schools. I started to speak, teach NCAA rules, and what it came to realize is that the NCAA rules, or eligibility rules, the academic standards they have, is a great motivator to make kids become successful or help kids become successful in the classroom. So the higher the GPA, this is the rule that total student athlete. So what I did is I created Total Student Athlete. Mr. Grant helped me print this book. So this is the book. This is what made me famous, I guess, for lack of a better words. Win All Four. Basically, the title means that every year you're in high school, you have to win. And by that definition, we mean that you have to be a 3+. No more 2.5s, because 2.5s don't help you get to the next level. They don't give you academic scholarships to help make your Division II offer more affordable. So college athletics really is all about affordability. It has nothing in, yes, it has to do with athletic ability, but with the large number of kids we have in our country, besides those we call BCS kids, those top blue chippers, the other hundreds of thousands of kids, tens of thousands of kids every graduating class, they can go find a place to play, but can you afford that place? So we use that dream that being a 3+. 3+ is the ticket to fulfilling your dream. And of course, we don't really have a desire at Total Student Athlete, and our mission isn't getting kids into college athletics. It's preparing them for that dream. So 9th grade being the most important, 10th grade, 11th grade, 12th grade. Win every year you go in the classroom. Win every day you're in the classroom. Get the B's, get the triples, get the threes. Because at the end of the day, a senior who realizes that maybe I'm not a Division II or Division I football player, or basketball player, or baseball player. I'm pre-med at USC or Georgetown or Boston College, and I'm not going to be able to play there, but I'm going to get my education, and I have all this academic money they're going to give me, and all these academic scholarships they're going to give me to come to this university, the great private school of Boston College. So you choose not to play sports, but we know, with our experiences as coaches and teachers, those are going to be the students that are going to come back and coach the youth, and talk about when they're students, they're athletes and students together. Academics comes first, athletes come second. So that's the whole mission of Total Student Athlete. Use the dream of college athletics, which is a very strong motivator for large number of athletes. Use that dream of that college athletic career, to ensure that you have great academics. And we always talk about the 3+. So that's Total Student Athlete. That's 104. The 3+ is the whole program that you follow. It's how you find affordable opportunities to fulfill your dream. And as you move in the next direction, as you're looking for careers in academics or athletics, they're married, they go together. You got to stop separating the two. And we can tell you stories upon stories of kids that have failed, some of the best athletes in the world. I always use a story about Michael Jordan, who is the best basketball player ever. I don't care about LeBron James. But anywho, how many basketball players are better than Michael Jordan? There's hundreds of thousands of basketball players that are better, but they never made it to the college level, which meant they never made it to the NBA level. And, Michael Jordan has a degree. So, there's a lot of people better than him, but he took advantage of the opportunities given to him. And there's many, many more hundreds of thousands of athletes like that. Emmitt Smith didn't need to graduate, goes back to University of Florida, gets his degree because he promised his mama he would. Stories upon stories like that. So that's what we do with Total Student Athlete. Using that every semester in high school, it matters. Now, if you're not a college athlete, it's the same exact story. The higher your GPA to a 4.0, the more college affordability you're going to have. We tell kids all the time, if you walked off the stage with a 4.0, would hand you $100,000 of cash, would you do it? Yeah, I would do it. Well, that's what you're going to get from graduate high school with a 4.0. Walk off the stage with 10 colleges that give you free rides. Some you can play athletics at, some you get a free ride just to go be a smart student there, and that's who they want. So that's Total Student Athlete in a nutshell. Really appreciate this opportunity. Reggie, anything back at you'd like me to focus on more?
What's your website address?
Oh, I'm sorry about that. So it's very simple. It's www. or http. Now I'm sorry, I'm still old school, right? Total Student Athlete, 3 words together, .com. You can go to my website. You can see 104. You can look at the different programs. There's a literacy program. How about this? If we had our youth athletes, our middle school kids, before they can practice, they read books. 10 minutes of reading. Call it Coaches Who Care. For every ball you have, there's a book. The empowerment of SAT, ACT would greatly be enhanced if we had kids progressing with literacy in the middle school years. So we have different programs like that: literacy, Coaches Who Care, 3+ project. Win All Four is the workbook to get through high school and the NCAA and the NAI eligibility. Don't forget, there's all these schools in the NAI athletic conferences that give a lot of good money. Here in Michigan, we are getting more and more schools adding sports, give a lot of good money.
Thanks, Mike. Have an exceptional day. Appreciate you. Great presentation.
Appreciate